Good afternoon and welcome then to the Millennium Stadium here in West Yorkshire, the home of course of the famous Featherstone Rovers, and today it is Betfred Championship round 20 fixture where we welcome near rivals Halifax Panthers for this game. Live coverage brought to you on Rovers TV, full and exclusive of course, and a 3 p.m. kickoff. I will give you the teams as I have them in my hand. At fullback today for the Featherstone Rovers is Alex Walker. Number 2 on the wing, Ben Blackmore. His centre partner will be Craig Hall. The other centre will be Chris Wellham, and making up the wing back line will be Gareth Gale. Standoff today will be for Manu Brown, and he'll be partnered in the halves by Dane Chisholm. We move towards the pack. In the pack, we'll start with prop Craig Kopchak. The hooker today will be Connor Jones, and the front row will be made up of Captain Fantastic James Lockwood, obviously the other prop. Brett Ferris and Frankie Holton make up the second rows, and the scrum will be tied up by the ever-impressive, ever-improving loose forward today, Callum Field. Subs today for James Webster's men, we've gone with Tom Holmes, John Davis, Junior Moores and Gadwin Springer. Looking across then to the visitors, the Halifax Panthers. They are running with Scott Britt at full-back, Conor McGrath, Greg Worthington, Zach McComb and James Saltonstall at the wing and centre line. Standoff today is James Woodburn Hall. Scrum half Connor Robinson. Into the pack then for Halifax, you've got Daniel Murray, Brandon Moore and William Colcott. Benjamin Kavanagh and Matthew Garside make up the second row, and then the scrum is locked at the back by Jacob Fairbank. Subs today for Halifax, they're going with Curtis Davis, Adam Tangada, Kevin Leroyer and Edward Barber. The substitute today is, the referee today is Cameron Worsley. Now, Cameron hails from the Castleford Featherstone district of referees, and it is his first Featherstone game here at the Millennium Stadium. So, no doubt he'll have a big part to play today in this local derby. They're always fiercely fought contests, these. And the games that he has done, 10 games so far, and he has averaged 13 penalties a game. Well, a win that tested Featherstone last week was how the game panned out. It was certainly a test. It was never going to be easy playing a side that knows it's not got a lot to play for, but taking nothing away from Oldham, they made a real fight for it. 2 tries from Dean Parata, 2 from Craig Kopchak, 2 from Brett Ferris, 2 from Alex Walker, and then 1 from Chris Wellham, with goals coming from Chisholm 4, and then Brett Ferris rolling back the years, turning back time. He was like Benjamin Button, rolling back and kicking goals for fun. He slotted 2 over, 2 from 2 to maintain a 100% kicking record for Brett Ferris this season. The Panthers, they went the other way. They had a victory against Swinton, 48-12. That gave them a win after a loss the week before. They will want to gather momentum as we get towards the business end of this season, and a win today would strengthen their push for third spot within the league. A defeat, it would keep them in the scrap, but it would make it a little bit tighter between them, Batley, Whitehaven and the Bulls, all down there trying to push forward and get into this secured playoff spots and get all that tied up for home advantage, etc, etc. You've also got to take into consideration that Halifax have got this way of playing. Their coach Simon Griggs has got a way of playing his team where they know they can come and they can stop good attacking teams like ours. We like to attack, we like to get on the front foot, but Halifax have got a way of slowing them down around the ruck, be it legal or not. They'll want to slow it down, they'll want to slow the ruck play down as much as they can. I want to give a happy birthday mention out to one of my partners in crime, DJ Thomas Mims. He was, it was his birthday this week. He tells me he's 29. but I think that it was more like 37, but he's not letting on. But happy birthday, Tom, from me and all the crew. A couple of quick shout-outs as well. Dane Chisholm last week kicked his 150th Featherstone goal, and Dean Parata scored his 100 career 100 career points last week, and also 50 points in a Featherstone shirt. It's all still the same at the top of the championship. Try scoring, points, league leaders, points, etc. Craig Hall sits there, 23 tries, 82 goals. Gareth Gale, 21 tries. New Brown, 15 tries, 12 goals. Dean Parata, 12 tries. Ben Blackmore, 9 tries. And Alex Walker contributing with 6 tries. The last time that these two met, John Davis ended up in the sin bin. That was in May when Featherstone run out 16 points to 8 winners at a very, very tightly fought contest played at the Shea on the 30th of May earlier this year. Also, if we look back at the history, these two have met 162 times prior to this meeting. Featherstone so far have got 72 wins from those meetings, Halifax having 84 and 6 draws. I was also looking at players to watch. Brandon Moore, obviously a very, very tricky customer to deal with in any occasion. Greg Worthington, of course, we all know Greg from his time here at Featherstone. James Saltonstall, again 10 tries this season. He'll want to add to that tally, as will Ed Barber. They also have James Woodburn Hall, who again is another tricky contender, very fast. If you give him that yard, he'll go through the gap and race away. Connor Robinson, signed from York, he's kicked 40 goals so far this season from 46 attempts, giving him a kicking average of 87%. And again, depending on how he settles, will be very much dictate the way that Halifax play the game. One definitely to watch, one player, I was looking down the team sheet, he will start off the bench, is Adam Tangata, and again, he will be very, very dangerous to Colin. We're going to have the 13-second show of support for discrimination in all forms and types on the referee's whistle. Here we go. And the referee blows his whistle there to signal the end of that. That's been greatly received by the fans all around the stadium today. Looking around, the sun is out, the fans are out. We've had the flat cap world attempt. I dare say somebody will let me know some figures on that at some point. Prior to this game, Featherstone Rovers women's team played earlier on. They beat the Bradford Bulls, and in quite a good victory for the ladies team, remaining unbeaten in the Women's Super League. We wait for Halifax, playing in their traditional blue and white striped shirt, to get us underway. And here we go. That is kicked high from Scott Briggs into the hands of Famanu Brown. And Famanu Brown offloads to Craig Kopchak. Craig Kopchak, obviously once of Halifax, did play there for a little bit while. Gets up, plays the ball. Connor Jones through the gap. Connor Jones up towards the 40-metre mark before he's brought down on the second play. Ball remains tight around the ruck area. Walker to Chisholm to Ferris. Ferris absorbs the tackle from 2 Halifax players. 45 metres away from his own try line. Callum Field will drop the shoulder, straighten up and charge at the on-rushing Halifax defence. 3 players in there to bring Callum Field down. And they move the ball now across. It will stay with James Lockwood. James Lockwood, he will just go forward the only way he knows how. 5th and last tackle is shouted by the referee, Mr. Worsley. And the ball comes to this left-hand side. Chisholm with a deft little kick. Is that going to stay inside? It is going to stay inside. It is going to bounce. And is the referee going to give here? We'll wait for the decision. Yeah, he stayed in, definitely stayed in. We just looked at that on the camera, but he has given the ball to Halifax, so it will be Halifax at restart. And Featherstone will defend their first set of 6 after a good attacking set of 6 and a nice way to finish up in the opposition 10. So you're joining us here on Rovers TV commentary. I'm Pitchside Pete Dutton, bringing you this one. I will be joined later on in commentary. But so far we're underway. It's 0-0. We've had 2 minutes played. It's Halifax coming down the slope, playing towards the post office road end, towards the terrace houses there. But it is Featherstone having to defend as we start on this break now from Halifax. Halifax getting towards the halfway line. I think that's the 4th tackle gone in this set of 6. Still in the middle of the park, not really going anywhere as they try to come forward again. And they're wrapped up. Daniel Murray was wrapped up. Ferris breaks out the line, trying to control the kicker, but that goes into the hands of Adam Walker. 2 try scored for Walker last week, and was a little bit worried that he might have to kick goal, but eventually Brett Ferris stepped in and did that for him. Here we go then, Ben Blackmore in those traditional orange boots, trying to match his suntan and his mahogany bronzing that he goes for every week. Now the ball remains inside. Gareth Gale beats 1, beats 2, beats 3. Gareth Gale is hitting and spinning. Gareth Gale still going forward. Gareth Gale is now going to be held. He's over the halfway line, and the referee saying, come on, let's get on with the ball. Chisholm feigns the pass to Blackmore, then does find Blackmore. Blackmore dances in the inside, hits and spins. Blackmore is going to be wrapped up there. He's just being held up now by his teammates because he doesn't want to go into touch. But it'll be Connor Jones that quickly plays the ball to Chisholm. Chisholm will throw a looping pass that finds New Brown. New Brown spots the gap. New Brown goes through the gap. And New Brown is brought down on the 20-metre line. This is great attacking play from Featherstone so far. Where will they go? They'll find Chisholm. Chisholm will put the little backward spinning kick in there just to test Halifax. That's going to be a tester. Craig Hall runs through. That's going to see the Halifax man held up behind the line, and that will be ball back to Featherstone. First dropout of the afternoon. So all is good so far. 0-0. Featherstone asking questions. We have a stop on the clock as we have the Halifax player down in back play. I'm just trying to identify that. It may be Scott Griggs. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I thought somebody else on the commentary gantry then was talking to me, and sorry about that, folks. But it's good to see that the player is up. He's limping back into position, spreading the defensive line now for Halifax, and the kick comes out deep. That goes to Chisholm. Chisholm takes it 45 metres away from the Halifax try line, finds James Lockwood. James Lockwood goes forward, still going forward, James Lockwood, before he's brought down on the 30-metre line. Featherstone then through the big imposing frame of Kopchak, breaks one, gets to the 20, quick play the ball is needed and found. New Brown puts the ball through hands, finds Frankie Holton. Frankie Holton wiggles and jiggles and uses his frame there to get away from the Halifax defence, but eventually is brought down now 5 metres shy. Featherstone asking questions, looking which way we're going to go, coming all the way back across his field now to Craig Hall, the old bar of soap himself, Imperial Leather, just silky and smooth, and now trying to find a gap, and it is the gaps there for Callum Field. Callum Field goes towards the gap, but is eventually brought down. Featherstone trying to find an opening here, trying to do something as Craig Hall sells the dummy, does find Connor Jones, then finds Lockwood. Lockwood will dart forward. Lockwood will go towards the try line. He's going to be held up, and the referee is going to shout 5th and last tackle. Featherstone right under the sticks then. Quick hands from New Brown, quick hands to Chisholm, and then the kick is lost and the kick is placed, and a poor end to... All right, well, the referee's said that the ball was played out there. Sorry, my view was slightly obstructed by a portly camera. But I do apologise there, but we have... Sorry, I shouldn't laugh here. Yeah, enjoy your pies, we do. Anyway, here we go, Chisholm to Ferris. Ferris will hit and spin. Ferris will go towards the line, and Ferris will be brought down inches away then from the try line. The ball will go from Hall to Chisholm. Chisholm to Brown. Brown with that shimmy and shake. Lovely hands from Brown. Offloads in the tackle there, and that is going to see the first try scored. Referee has no hesitation there. Puts the hands out, and that is Chris Wellham. Then crosses for Featherstone to give Featherstone a lead here after 6 minutes. It is Featherstone 4, Halifax 0. Great play there from Brown and Chisholm, just opening up the Halifax defence, and like I said, just opening up the Halifax defence there and letting Chris Wellham cross for the try then, keeping the ball alive, which is what it was all about. And if you can hear any strange noises or heavy breathing, it's not me, my asthma's not back. But,
hello there.
But my partner in crime is here. How are we doing, mate?
Good to see you, mate.
You too, buddy, you too.
What have I missed?
You've just missed Chris Wellham score the opening try of the game. It's been very entertaining so far, George, and it's been an equal balance up until that moment where Wellham's crossed for the first try of the afternoon, and we've got the kick to come from Craig Hall.
Well, great to see you. Apologies, first of all, for my marginal tardiness. I take some accountability, but mostly blame the M62 for that.
Well, sorry, George, for interrupting you there. Craig Hall struck that one sweet, and of all the things you don't want the ball to do is hit the upright and bounce back into the field of play. So that will go down as a conversion missed, but it is Featherstone 4, Halifax 0.
Been looking forward to this. Good to be back here at Post Office Road. It's the time of the season that you want to be hitting your straps, right, Pete?
Yes, definitely.
And they've got the platform to do that with that early try from Chris Wellham, and here come Rovers. And it's that period, isn't it, immediately after you score, that you want to make sure you don't gift it back.
You want to go back to back, if at all possible. And I know we spoke before, George, and we said about you can't score off every set, but
that's it. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
But you don't want to give anything up easy here.
No, not in your own half.
And a 4-0 Rovers lead. There's a little dab through. Good looking kick as well. Where's that going to sit up? Just bobbles into the in-goal area. And the chase is good.
Yeah.
Brett Ferris on the money there.
Helped out by Jones.
So that's a good backup set from Featherstone after taking the lead with that Wellham try. Scored just as I was making my way up the ladder, which is why I'm out of breath. Having had a very unenjoyable Sunday League football experience in Liverpool, Pete, this morning.
Well,
oh dear.
Of all the places, mate, Liverpool.
Here come Halifax. Good ball movement. Was that forward? The crowd thinks so. Referee thinks otherwise. He's happy to let that go. And Halifax in a decent position. It will be the
fifth and last, isn't
it? The fifth and last. So they go boot to ball. No kick pressure at all. So that'll be meat and drink. And Featherstone won't mind that at all.
No, what was interesting there, none of the Halifax players rushed to chase Walker down there, did they? They all stood back and were quite happy to let him take the ball in and regather and get Featherstone back on the go again.
Good feel inside Post Office Road today. There's still, obviously I'm a couple of minutes late, but still some fans making their way in. And you can hear the crowd at the end of the road, at the end of Post Office Road, which is always a great sign of a big match day here. And Rovers have got a head of steam up. 4-0 they lead. 9.5 gone. This will be the last with Chisholm and his pink boots. Good take. And what's the chase like? Reasonable. And Halifax will set up on 20.
Yeah, it's twice now we've gone to Conor McGregor. Watching UFC again, George. But
that's all right. Yeah. That's what you want to do with your time, Pete.
Yeah, but he does have a look at him, mate. It's the ginger top, mate, that's done it. But it's twice we've gone to him now, and twice he's recovered well. But it is Halifax then, in the centre of the park, who will ask questions here now of the Rovers' defence. And great defence it is that comes in again from Ferris, just to stop Brandon Moore getting any steam up, etc.
Oh, just a little bobble from Scott Griggs, but Halifax making inroads again down that left channel. That's back-to-back sets. They've attacked down that left side. Danger here for Rovers. It is the last tackle there. 20 away. Boots a ball from Connor Robinson. Great take. Really confident claim from Ben Blackmore on this near side. And they want a penalty. The referee says you're not getting one.
Well, he wasn't allowing him to get up and play. It was a Gar side. He certainly,
seen those given, yeah.
Yeah, certainly was making sure that no momentum was gained.
So Rovers will start this set from inside their own 20-metre line. It's a good carry, a powerful carry down the middle of the field, and an early kick in the tackle count to turn Halifax around. That'll tell you something. It's a good kick as well.
That's a brilliant kick.
Oh, and it just sits up a metre or so in the field of play, and the chase is up to the, 10, 12. That's a good bit of thinking. It's turned Halifax round when they're in a good field position, and suddenly they're in their deep end here.
Featherstone will now go and look and hunt for the mistake here, if you like, George. They'll, this is one of the things that they built a good reputation on, on that kick chase. But now the referee, in his first match, taking Featherstone for the very first time, gives a penalty to Halifax. He says that the two-man in the tackle trying to rip the ball out. Lockwood acknowledges the fact, waves to the team. So now they will have not wanted to do that when they were in a good position. That's coming this way.
Oh, blimey. That's the last thing I need.
We've had a few of them just recently. Two balls on the pitch then, and eventually we'll go down to one.
And Halifax, from just inside their own half, will have a full set here. It was Woodburn Hall sweeping the ball from right to left. It's a bit of a slow, messy play of the ball as Robinson runs into the line and again finds Woodburn Hall. This is a good period of play from the visitors. And it's moved from right to left from Brandon Moore, and then up the middle they go with Murray. Right in front of the post are the blue and whites of Halifax. Woodburn Hall again, sweeping from right to left. They could have an extra man on the far side. Rovers are going to have to be tenacious in defence, and they are. Standing firm, but for how long? Halifax 5 from the line. Back in field to Robinson. Looking for runners. They get runners. It's a good contact from Ferris right in front of the post, and had to be as Kavanagh was going through. This will be the last. Woodburn Hall has the ball. They floated it. They've got a winger free on the far side. He won't need him. Great dancing toes. And Halifax level through Zach McComb. 4-4. And that had been coming.
It certainly, he created his own gap there, didn't he? He knew exactly what he wanted to do. They floated past. I thought that Halifax were maybe taking a little bit of a risk, because if that had been scooped out and intercepted by one of Featherstone's faster men, then it would have been 4 points at the other end. But Zach McComb positioned himself quite well and manages to cross to bring the scores level at 4 apiece.
Yeah, he just used the winger. The winger was the extra man, and it was just that moment's hesitation to commit the Rovers' defence to going onto the wing, and then he stepped back inside off his right foot and danced through the line for a really nice score for Halifax, which on the passage of the last 5 minutes or so, I'd say they probably just about deserved. Sorry, Pete.
I was just going to say that how much of that try was created, though, if you roll back to the a couple of plays before from Robinson, when he set the position and he made it look as if they were going to actually go to that left-hand side. So if you look, Featherstone's defence thought, let's go. And then that switch back. It's
a good-looking kick as well. Yeah. It's just inside the far left upright. So just like that, it's Featherstone 4, Halifax 6. And maybe I should get back in my car and clear off again, Pete. It's all gone wrong since I turned up.
Well, I'll not hold it against you, mate.
Good game, though.
So it is Featherstone 4, Halifax 6. We've had around about 15 minutes then on the clock as the Halifax fans find their voice to the back of the ward hygiene stands, services stand where they sit. But looking around the ground, it is nice to see quite a few people in here today.
Yeah, good buzz around the grounds. Percy's bar over to our right with the striped shirts in front, enjoying their Sunday afternoon.
We wait for something here now. I think is there something with the referee who? I
think he just wants a breather, like all of us.
Yeah.
Brett Ferris is just having a little chat on this near side with
normally
Blackmore and Dane Chisholm.
I'm going to say it's breaks like these you'd normally see Brett come to the touchline. George, he'd kick off his shoes, put his slippers on, get his cigar out and his smoking jacket, and have a few moments.
Well, maybe you can do that in the last 10-15 minutes or so if he gets the job done in the next hour. The touch judge is going over to the...
Have we had a change of touch judge?
Maybe that's what's happened. That's the one thing about this lovely gantry position we have high here, that actually we can't see a great deal when it's right underneath us.
But it does look as if we've...
I think we've got a new touch judge on the far side, haven't we?
Yeah, by the looks of things. Oh, that's a tester. That's a bouncer.
Hello, it's bouncing all over the place. 4, 5 bounces, and look at the Rovers can score here.
Yeah, Chisholm
it's all over the place. How on earth did that happen? The kickoff caused absolute havoc. 3, 4, 5 bounces, and suddenly it just popped up into the hands of Dane Chisholm, and he said, "Thank you very much, I'll score." What a response.
Well, if you're going to hit back, no better way to hit back than with a try. But I tell you what, George, that's going to be one of the most bizarre tries I've seen ever at a rugby league game. It bounced, it bobbled, and I thought we were watching it back there. It just certainly caught Halifax off guard, didn't it?
Well, at the very top level, that just can't happen, I'm afraid, for Halifax. Credit Rovers for being on their toes. They had to be there for the chase. If the ball's going to bobble around, it's not a danger unless you're there to put it down, and that's exactly what it was Dane Chisholm who put it down. It could have been one of 3 or 4. And a great response. The conversion goes through as well.
So
and
Craig
parity
Hall,
restored.
So Featherstone 12, Halifax 6. Featherstone hitting back in the time-honoured tradition of as they only know how, and that is, well, you know, if you can score, we'll score, and we'll score another one.
Well, what happened, it was Connor Robinson and then Will Colcott who kind of left it to each other. It bounced in between them. Robinson actually got back and reclaimed the bouncing ball, but then the chase forced a spill, and that's how it came free. So he did actually atone for his error, but then the dragging Rovers defence forced the ball out, and Chisholm pounced, I should say, on the open ball, and that's how that try was scored. Very, very strange, but it's 10-6.
Yeah.
And a super response from Rovers, who are coming again down this near side, and Hall's hungry, as always. Knows no other way. The crowd want a pen. Hall does as well. Blackmore doesn't wait. He just sets off. And he senses, actually, that Halifax could be rocked by what's just happened. There could be another score here.
Well, you've got to keep him on that back foot, George. You've got to, you know, and if you look at Chisholm now, this is the way that it's going again. They've set the play to bring it back to Blackmore. Blackmore will go down on the 30-metre line. But it is now Halifax doing what they do well, slowing the play of the ball down, which is stopping Featherstone getting any momentum. But they'll drive forward with Lockwood.
Yeah, they're 30 away, just inside the 30. A shade to the left of the post. It will be the last tackle, so the kickers will hang back, and Dane Chisholm, what will he do? Off the outside of the right boot. This time it will be claimed. A couple of bodies flying about, but the referee just ignores that, and Halifax will look to break here. Conor McGrath coming free. Yeah. Well, incidents all over the place. Good job there's 2 sets of eyes between you and IP.
Well, he was certainly picked off there by Craig Kopchak, and he went across the field, did McGrath, but as soon as Kopchak appeared, that was it. He was taken out cleanly and fairly. But it is Featherstone now who are having to defend in numbers as Halifax come down the slope. Cries of forward again.
That's what we missed when we had no crowds in here. That murmur of forward, but here come Halifax, as you say, Pete.
Yeah.
They look like they've come to play today, and he's having a good game, isn't he? James Woodburn Hall.
Yeah, it certainly is. Cracking player.
Last tackle, what will they do? I think they're going to run it. No, a little grubber kick through. It's a tester. Is that a clean take? No, it's a knock on. A knock on given against Ben Blackmore as he went down to field the kick, and it's another set coming, and they're only 10 metres away here.
This is one of the things, George. I mean, you know, I know, we've both seen a lot of rugby, and you get big lads who play in the wing and in these centre positions, you know, and when the ball, great taking the ball in the air and stuff like that, but when the ball's on the ground, it's
completely different.
Completely different, as you say. You know, they've got to be quick and get down there and not come up with any errors. But as you've seen there, it's worked against us, and it will be Halifax that will restart with Colcott right in front of the sticks. Stood at back of them is Brandon Moore waiting for the ball. And
another stoppage. It's the touch. It's the new touch judge.
Yeah.
Pete isn't wired up properly on the far side. I know that feeling.
Is he? Yes, mate. Join our gang, mate. Come and cry in our pint pot. We'll help you out, mate. We'll help you out.
Yeah, but he's just having his wires sorted out.
I'll just say a quick hello to regular follower of Rovers TV, Dave Fowler. I know you're working again today, David, but we hope you're enjoying this one so far. Featherstone 10, Halifax 6.
Yeah, great to have you with us, Dave.
A little bit of late summer sunshine here.
Yeah, long may it continue. I don't think it will continue for long, but
no.
Enjoy it while it's here.
That's it. There's lots of running repairs taking place all around the pitch.
Here we go. This is almost like a training drill. It's 10-metre line right in front. Woodburn Hall is the danger man. He takes the first carry, and he's going to get a penalty. So we're going to start again. High shot from Brett Ferris on the first, 5 metres away. Rovers just need to gather their thoughts here.
Well,
the Halifax man stayed down. He's going to be assessed.
I mean, you've got to look at this now, Joe. You've got to look at the technique there, haven't you? And you know, it's not the place that you want to be giving penalties away, and it's certainly not something that Brett Ferris would have wanted to do, to add more pressure on the defensive line and the work rate now that the Featherstone Rovers boys are going to have to do. But as you say, Woodburn Hall has stayed down there, and he's been impressive so far for Halifax.
Yeah,
Woodburn
really
Hall.
good.
He's been, he's been in there. I think I did highlight him, 7 tries this season so far for him. I did say, he could be quite a danger man.
So you're taking credit, right?
No, mate. No, never, George. Never. I do know that he links quite well with Saltonstall, though, and he's got 10 tries, hasn't he, for Falcons this season, and them two together, bit of a dangerous combination. So, but he's still receiving a bit of treatment there, George. Did you win at football anyway?
Don't ask.
No.
It's been one of those mornings. It's the first game of the Sunday League season. I play for a club in Liverpool, which is why the M62 was a nightmare, because it was shut in Liverpool, and I had no idea how to get back on it. We were 3-0 up, Pete, inside half an hour, thinking, no, this is easy. The opposition were imploding, yelling at the referee, yelling at each other. They grabbed one just before half-time against the run of play to be 3-1. So we said at half-time, if they score next, they're going to be up for this, so we need to make sure we score the next, and we'll probably win 6 or 7-1. They scored next, they scored again, got it back to 3-3, scored again and won 4-3. And then I got blocked off the M62. So my mood can only improve.
Well, let's hope we can go somewhere towards that, George.
Well, Halifax after that are going to take 2 here, Pete. I'm surprised by that, because they've got a full set right on the Rovers line here.
Well,
but that's respect, I think, because they're going to take a 2.
They'll take the 2
to get it from 10-6 to 10-8, and they've got a full set on the Rovers line. I'm not a rugby league coach, Pete, but I'm not asking for 2 there personally.
No,
I mean, I'll let them have it here.
I'm just what I'm trying to do there, George, is figure out what the reason for that
the mindset is, yeah.
Yeah. Now, all right, take the 2, get the 2, which he has done, as Robinson. He's converted that penalty, so that takes it to 10-8 in Featherstone's favour. You're 2 points behind, but you're going to come back up the park now to to try again. You will get the ball back, which is one thing. But as you,
I'm with you. I don't understand that at all.
but you know, would you have been better? You know, whilst you were down there, George, running the play, because they had 6 tackles in the bank
100%,
anyway.
100% you've got to run that. They're right on the line.
Yeah.
And, I mean, forget the points. More about what you're saying about how much you fancy the game. If you're running it, you're saying to Rovers, we can break you. If you're opting for the 2, you're sending the opposite message.
Yeah, it's a bit like...
So I think Rovers will be happy with that.
As you say, it's a bit like, you know, saying, well, we respect you here.
Yeah, I think probably too much respect. Can't understand that. And that'll be worth remembering that, depending on what the full-time score is here, I think. So 10-8, game very much on. Halifax, Woodburn Hall has it. He looks all right.
He doesn't look too shaken, does he?
I'm not sure he wanted to carry so early in the possession, but here they come.
I don't think he wanted to run at Ferris either, did he, straight away?
I don't think anyone does, really.
No.
If you were given a choice, referee's looking interested. Is he going to put the whistle in his mouth? No, he lets that one go, but Halifax still have it. That looks forward. Oh, and he's hurt.
Fairbank there, isn't it?
Well, there's a knock-on given, I think, against Dan Murray in the end.
Yeah.
But it was the flat ball, and I'm being generous, from Fairbank. It looked forward from, well, it was right, level with us, Pete. That looked marginally forward to me, and he stayed down. He got hit by a very honest Rovers challenge, but he took the collision. Is it his left shoulder or his left elbow he's holding?
I think
it's another stoppage. It's a hot day out there, so these stoppages actually are fairly useful, I think.
Well, we saw it last week, George, when we went to Oldham, you know, and the second half of Oldham, I think we ended up playing nearly 7 minutes over.
Yeah.
And you know, you were trying to think what the what the major stoppages were, but you know there were a few, and I suppose they do all add up, don't they, in the scheme of things?
Yeah, we played about 7 or 8 minutes extra in my Sunday League game this morning, and that was because I lost a ball with one of my shots over the tennis courts. Didn't have a new one, we had to pump it up.
Well, it looks as if Halifax are getting ready to make the substitution with Tangata, and again he's another one, but at this moment in time it is Featherstone with New Brown, and New Brown will ghost away.
He's a player, right? I love every time I come here and work with you, Pete, I love watching New Brown.
He's phenomenal, mate.
He's got that je ne sais quoi, hasn't he? And real kind of pace and power and elusiveness, no matter what position he'll play. Here he is. Reverse pass from Lockwood. Last tackle, but Rovers themselves now right in front. 15 away with options left and right. It is right, and it is the aforementioned Brown. Joining the line is the try scorer Wellham, looking to go on his own. He's going to be held up just short. Might even be carried into touch on the far side. Gets a little bit of a helping hand over the line, but back in field. And that will be the turnover right down in the corner. And going back to what you said about you don't have to score every set. If you don't score, that's as good a place to turn over the ball as any.
It is, isn't it? It is.
Right in the far corner.
It is, and considering that, you know, Halifax took the 2 points, you know, and got the ball back, and then, you know, we're now finishing, keeping them or letting them come back from where we really are good and solid in defence. And this is where, you know, the call will have gone out now. You know, let's set the defensive unit and let's go hunting, and let's force Halifax into making an error or coming up with something that just breaks them. But let's not give anything away ourselves.
Yeah, there's just a little lull. We talked up the atmosphere. It's just in line with it going to within 2 points on the scoreboard. The crowd are just starting to think, hang on, this is game on here.
Yeah. Well, that's another 3-man tackle there from...
It's the last little stutter from Woodburn Hall. He might not get the ball away. He's done well to get the kick away. It's not a great one, though. It's taken on the full by Alex Walker. And here come Rovers with Gareth Gale. Such a strong runner with his gangly legs and the power. Wellham says, I'll take a carry up the middle if you fancy a rest, boys. And the big fella say, yeah, be my guest.
That's a Chris Wellham of old, isn't it? Yeah. You know, in there at the cold face, chipping away.
Lockwood again. Good little spell, this. With a quarter hour to go into the break and nothing really in it. 10-8. New Brown through the line on his own. There he goes.
Fine.
On the keeping the ball alive. It was a good take in the end from Frankie Holton. They're still going. Lockwood, can he get the ball away? He might just be better to take the tackle here and regather just to the left of the post. 10 away.
Wow.
Couple of tackles in hand. Great opportunity this for Rovers to put a bit of daylight. He's going to dart away on his own towards the line. Not this time for Jones. It's the last tackle. Ferris is going to be dummy half here. On the last, on the line. Goes skinny side. Oh, that's easy.
Yeah,
Rovers are going to be in the corner. No, he's knocked on over the line. I thought that was a walk-in score for Craig Hall.
You know, we have seen him touch down. We have seen him score many tries like that so far this season. So a little bit of an unusual.
Was he a bit complacent there, perhaps?
Yeah.
I thought I'd given him the try before he'd even gone to ground. Credit the Halifax defence, nonetheless. I think Rovers have let one slip there.
But what's good to see, George, is that straight away Halifax want to get it back on. And, you know, again, the big men of Featherstone, Lockwood, Kopchak in there. And the ball comes loose. And the referee says, yeah, right, OK, we'll...
it's Kevin Leroy, who has just come on, the Frenchman.
Well,
his first involvement is a handling error.
I think, looking at that, and I think that James Lockwood is coming off, and that will see the introduction of Junior Moores. Now, Junior Moores will go, and he likes to link up with Famanu Brown, so that'll be a good partnership to watch, George, as this half now, 30 minutes left, develops, but it is Featherstone going forward. Holton then. Yeah, Holton, oh, fantastic. He's so elusive, is Holton.
He sets up a really good chance here. Right in front of the post. Can they make Halifax pay for that? Leroy knock on. Brown to Ferris, who's got power from point-blank range. But he's just been turned over a couple of feet short. Dane Chisholm. Up the middle they go again. Look at the power.
Callum Fields.
Just short is Fields. Right in front of the sticks again. Jones looking to go on his own. Gets the ball away.
There's that link between.
Oh, they're going to have options on the far side. Oh, has he knocked on? He's bombed another one in the corner. It's another
Gareth Gale
opportunity, and it's the other winger, Gale, this time. He just had to dive. He tried to go for the Tommy Makinson finish. Well, I think his fingers just slipped off the ball one-handed, and he bounced it over.
We've seen them score, George, you know, by Hall and by Gale so far this season. That's what's made them the league's top try scorers, you know, Hall with 23 and Gale with 21 tries so far this season, but both of them coming up there with errors, so they'll want to atone for that, no shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, a couple of big moments, two great chances for Rovers in either corner, neither converted.
And I don't know if you can hear that in the background, the wind is slightly picking up here.
It's a bit blustery as Leroy, slightly more successful with his second carry. Speaking of success, Kevin Leroy graduated during the week.
Yeah.
With a first-class honours degree in sports business management at Leeds Beckett. So well done, Kevin.
That's nice, is that?
Yeah, he's a good guy. Got to know him a bit this season. He helped me with some of my French commentaries, Pete, earlier on in the season. And the Rovers fans just getting a little restless here.
Yeah,
and they get a penalty, so that'll help, but a piggyback up the pitch.
It's about time, George, you know, because twice there, the Rovers players have said, you know, we're not even being allowed to get up and play the ball as we should. But this is an interesting swap. On comes big Frenchman Gadwin Springer, and and he's replaced Craig Kopchak. And obviously, Gadwin wasn't that long ago. He was playing for Halifax. And he's straight into the action, and this is what he will relish. And it's great to see. Great to see the big man back in the action. Had a fantastic game last week. And John Davis is now on the park as well.
I think he was man of the match, wasn't he, last time I worked with you, Davis?
Yeah, he was, yeah. The ultimate rugby league player, as we know him.
Here we go, Moores on the far side.
And he does get
lovely
that
little offload to Wellham. Brilliant ball movement. Great chance again. Oh, and they get a tackle count wide clean. Little offload from Moores. Oh, he's put it to ground. It'll be picked up on the far side. Is he going to wave play on? Gale will put it down. I think this is going to be given. It is. Halifax froze. And Rovers pounced. And they extend their lead in the far corner. 2 tries have gone begging. And the third was the charm. Well and went with his boot. It was gobbled up by Gareth Gale. And Rovers extend their lead to 14-8.
Well, it's been coming, George, and it is nice for Gareth Gale to rectify where, you know, we thought he'd scored earlier on, but obviously the referee said no, but this one he was making sure. There was a bit of a, how can I put it, a bit of a mishap in play. The ball was ricocheting about a little bit. Nobody seemed to want to take ownership of it, but then Gareth Gale, you know, took ownership, gets the ball, puts the ball down. The old adage there of playing to the whistle, listening to what the referee said, and the referee had no hesitation in awarding the try.
And it's right over on the far touchline. So as tough as they come for the right footer. He's giving it a chance, though. A good old whack, and he's...
Missed that one.
Yeah, he's just faded. So 14 points to 8, 1 converted score. That perhaps the benefit of that 2 that Halifax went for, the fact that they're now within a score.
Well, the Rovers fans now striking up the band, cheering on the boys. Halifax fans trying to raise the hopes of their troops as well. But it is Brown that takes the kick-off. And he passes it to Gale. Gale gets over the 20-metre line, still going forward before he's brought down.
There goes Springer with a big drive. Carrying 3-4 Panthers shirts with him. Quick play of the ball as well. Davis with his tenacious run into the line, and Ferris takes over on this near left-hand side, just underneath our position, high up in the gantry. 14-8 with 7.5 to go. Blackmore for Rovers. Can they find another before the break? It's a really good scurry away from dummy half from Connor Jones. Eventually grounded, but within 20 now. It's the last tackle. So Dane Chisholm will hang back at first receiver, but Ferris dummies past and goes skinny side. Little grubber kick through. Not sure that was the option. And Halifax will regain possession.
Well, just looking at the team sheet, George, for Featherstone, obviously, you know, you've got Connor Jones there at 9. Now, normally, what James Webster's done before in the past is had Dean Parata on the bench, and
he's been rotated out today, isn't he?
Yeah, but obviously Dean is rested today, so be interesting to see how many minutes Jones does and whether he does the full 80.
Yeah, we'll keep our eye on that. Into the last 7 minutes.
Oh,
of a compelling first half.
Thought the ball was going to go there.
Last tackle. Woodburn Hall on halfway. Bypasses Leroy. Goes back to Connor Robinson, who swings that left boot. He goes high. 2 Rovers men going for it. Gale claims. And runs it back. And Rovers will start on their own 30 or thereabouts. Can they pinch another score, Featherstone, before the break?
Well, Ben Blackmore will be keen to add to his tries, you know. Since returning back to the team, he's scored 4.
Well, and the tackle count has been wiped clean. So a great opportunity. As Springer sets off.
He was away there, wasn't he? He was...
Frankie Holton. Jones is the dummy half. Springer again, yelling for it on his left shoulder. It's taken instead by New Brown. Back to Dane Chisholm. This is good. And Hall. Oh, out the back door. What a try this is.
What a superb.
A brilliant team try from Featherstone Rovers. Scored in this near corner from Ben Blackmore with wonderful soft hands from Craig Hall. Take a bow, Featherstone. That was terrific.
Well, George, what can you say? Sublime is the word that I would use, because you know, you look at that and you know, again, all the place stacked. Let's look as if we're going to go down that far right hand side, and then the little switch play that comes in that Featherstone do so well allows us just to get that little drift across. Chisholm to look for the wing or the centre on the outside, and the understanding between Blackmore and Hall, you know, it's almost telepathic in that situation, isn't it? Because you know that Hall's going to get the ball away if he can. So if you get yourself in that right position, you're guaranteed that you'll get over for the try almost.
That was wonderful rugby league.
Well, we hope that features on Try of the Week, mate.
Yeah, should do.
Get your votes in now.
18 points to 8. It's another touchline conversion, though, from Hall. He doesn't like it, I can tell you that.
Yeah. Well,
it hits the Y of Ward Hygiene, in the Ward Hygiene Services stand, which will tell you it faded off to the left.
It's
18-8, with 4 to go until half-time, Pete.
Yeah. 4 to go, as George says. 18-8 in Featherstone's favour. 3 conversions missed. Will they come back and haunt Rovers? We will have to see in the second half. We wait for Scott Griggs to put the ball on the kicking tee, which he does. Now just talking to his troops. Finger in the air, ball struck cleanly, straight into the hands of New Brown. New Brown onto Gadwin Springer, and Gadwin Springer just forges his way forward then up to the 20-metre line. Just over 3 minutes left, 3.5 minutes left, and it is Gareth Gale coming in again, taking the drive, the forwards, pressure off the forwards, just allowing Featherstone to stay in the centre of the park. Chisholm.
Oh, that's nice. As Ferris dances through, he wants an offload here, of course he does. Won't take it this time. Just over halfway, with a couple to go, Rovers. It's a good pick-up by Davis, and Moores now. New Brown's on the left shoulder. It's a knock-on against Featherstone, is it?
Yeah, I think he's...
Yeah, it's been turned over. Touch judge on, wants a little word.
Is his touch just there? Yeah, I think he's just making sure that the play takes place where it is, and he waits while the referee sets the defensive line.
I think he might have been saying to the ref, look, I've just come on. How long's to go until half-time?
Yeah, I want my cup of tea.
Yeah, I need a break. You didn't tell me I was doing this today. Leroya with a carry. Halifax now over halfway. Garside on his own, looking almost through. Half break. Central position. 35 metres or so away. Robinson gets hit high.
Oh.
Referee, is he playing on? Woodburn Hall sees a gap. Woodburn Hall through. It's come to ground off a Rovers hand. The referee's got quite a bit to unpick here. I reckon he might go back to the first high shot.
I think he will. But he's gone back to. He has. Yeah. He's gone back to that. He's gone back to that position now. You know, George, Connor Jones is not a dirty player. Connor Jones will have not have done that intentionally, and I think Robinson there showed a bit of guile in that if I position myself just right, it's going to look here, you know, as if, and they do. They actually, you know, bump fist to say everything's all right. But the referee has given the ball back to Halifax, and it will be Halifax that gets 6 again.
With just under 2 minutes to half-time for Featherstone Rovers to hold out here and preserve this 10-point lead that they have built. Robinson, Woodburn Hall, he's the danger man, I'd say. Good defence, Ferris. And just lets him know as he leans and has a few words in his face, and again right in front of the defence. Davis this time scrambling back. They want a quick play of the ball, the Panthers.
And they get another set of 6.
Yeah, it was a very slow play of the ball. Woodburn Hall, flat ball to Leroy. Could have been forward that. We can't see from here, but it looks a bit ugly. Featherstone now right back on their own line. That wasn't the best ball from Halifax. He had to jump in the air. That allowed Featherstone to get set for the tackle. Still the danger. They're 10 away. They're going to work it to the left-hand side. Oh, dear. He's bulleted a pass aimed at 3 men away, and it's hit a guy right in front of him. So Featherstone will get this back. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's got to go to Featherstone.
Complete misread. A right mess from Halifax, that.
Well, you've got to look there and say who's out of position, George, because, you know, was it Robinson's fault for popping up in the line when he did? Or was it, you know, was it Tangata that should have been back and ready to, you know, take it forward? It's a bit of an odd one. I can smell Yorkshire pudding. Sorry, sorry, viewers and listeners.
Yeah, I can now you mention it.
Yeah.
It'll be quite a queue, though.
That's it.
Davis, can Featherstone find something with a minute to go? Great break of, oh, one of the hands down the back. Could be another score. Chisholm won't be caught. Harlem Globetrotters from Davis, and Dane Chisholm, with 2 seconds left before the break, has further extended the Featherstone lead.
And you can probably hear the hooter.
On the hooter.
Yeah, and Dane Chisholm crosses for the try, supported the ultimate rugby league player that is John Davis there, and read the pass, knew exactly where he wanted to go, turned on the afterburners, raced fully 50 metres there, George. I think he went 50 metres for that one, so we'll put it down as a 50-metre try for Dane Chisholm. So this, as you can hear in the background, Dane Chisholm taking the plaudits for the try, but he'll certainly owe John Davis for that one. And Craig Hall then, will he kick this one? You bet he will, and a big cheer there of irony, I think they call that, George, from the Halifax fans, as Craig Hall just sends that one over the back of the stand. So, as we close out here at the end of the first half, it is Featherstone 24, Halifax 8, and if you're going to score, you do want to score at half-time to send your opponents in with something to think about.
Well, they've got a lot to think about. That will really hurt Halifax, Pete. No doubt in my mind that Featherstone have been the better team over that first 40, but I think Halifax will be walking in thinking, how on earth are we 24-8 behind? I'll tell you, they've just been caught cold by 2 or 3 brilliant pieces of attacking play from Featherstone. That's been the difference.
Certainly have. I'm just looking here as well, George, you know, as it's half-time. I'm looking at those 3 players that's walking off the pitch now. You've got Dean Parata, you've got Luke Cooper, and you've got James Hardcastle. And you've got to look at it, and, you know, that's the quality and depth that Featherstone have got. You know, we've also got players, a few injured players that sat down in the stands there. But then you look at it and you think, right, well, you know, where now would you tweak the second half? Where would you bring in, you know, if you're going to make some changes, you know, where would you now think, right, well, I haven't brought Tom Holmes on yet, so maybe an introduction to Tom Holmes, where will he go, you know, and how can he manage to speed things up? I can probably see why Tom Holmes is on the bench, in the fact that, like we said, you know, there's no Parata, so he can swap, if you like. You can bring Holmes on and move New Brown back into that kind of hooking role if needs be. But, yeah, interesting, mate. Very, very interesting.
So 5 tries to 1 and a 24 points to 8 half-time lead.
Welcome back then to the Millennium Stadium as Halifax have come out ready for the second half. And now Featherstone Rovers just walk out after their half-time instruction from head coach James Webster. I'm just looking to see if we've had any changes at half-time. I can't see any changes across the Featherstone line there. Chisholm just goes across as barking a few instructions, just sending a few instructions there to one or two players. Gives the water bottle to the water carriers here as Craig Hall has got the ball on the tee. Are you ready to shout? And Craig Hall strikes that one. And that goes straight down.
Oh, and a knock on!
When I say it goes straight down, it does go straight down because it's a knock on.
Well, I tell you what.
You can't have a better start than that, Judge.
It would be a head coach, because he would have had to work so hard in that dressing room thinking, right, well, are they going to take on what I've said? And then you sit down or stand at the bench. And the first involvement in the second half is a knock on 10. And here come Rovers. And they could put the nail in the coffin here. Ferris, right at the start of the second half, already 5 away, leading 24-8. I'm sure that Grix would have said, let's score next, Halifax. But they're going to do well not to concede as Springer springs for the line. Davis wanted it. Chisholm's on a hat-trick. Little dancing toes, but he's going to be outnumbered near the line. Connor Jones waits for dummy half, inches short. Davis straightens up and looks to find a hole, but no way through. So far so good in the Panthers' defence, but a couple to spare here for Rovers. Springer once, but he goes behind it. Chisholm with a flat ball to Frankie Holton. Grounded. It is the last tackle. They're going to run it and try and get Springer over. Offload, surely now. Right in front of the post. Springer's offload. And Rovers do have a score. Connor Jones from the offload from Gadwin Springer. And Rovers stretch further clear, 28-8 with a kick to come.
Well, I don't think there was going to be any real stopping. I thought Gadwin Springer was going to be the man getting the TRY, but does offload and gets it to Connor Jones. And I'm sure that Connor Jones will take that one. And that will be one that appears on his Tinder profile tonight as he tries to impress the ladies and stuff like that. But it is a try for Connor Jones, made by Gadwin Springer. We've got to credit Gadwin Springer on that. I was just looking down at...
no mistake, P, by the way.
Yeah.
With the conversion, so 30 points to 8. Perfect start. Sorry.
Perfect start, yeah. I was just looking down at, some little stats and facts that's come in for us. And Wellham's try was his 4th try. Gale's try was his 22nd try this season. And Blackmore's try was his 10th try. And Chizzy's 7th try this season meant that he's now scored 400 points for Featherstone. And that is Jones's 8th try this year. So there you go, all up to date. Courtesy of Mark Las Palmas, our stats man. Thank you, Mark.
Suddenly, this could be a long 37 minutes for our friends from Halifax.
Well, we scored just before half-time, and we've scored just after.
And that will kill you. And Rovers in no mood to halt the scoring just there. 30 points to 8. Plenty of time in this match to make the scoreboard even more impressive. Running down the hill left to right in bright sunshine at Post Office Road. Chisholm looking for Ferris with a grubber kick. Good pick-up. Good defence this time from Grix over on the far side. And this time Halifax do stand firm and turn over the ball on their own 30-metre line. But the voices you can hear are all Rovers fans enjoying another winning feeling on a Sunday afternoon. Halifax
then enjoying the sunshine on the back. That was very lucky to to keep that. Now, what is the referee going to give here? Well,
going to give a penalty to Halifax. Well, Springer and Wellham were both in there.
I think he's speaking to Junior Moores, is he?
Yeah.
Junior Moores and New Brown's holding his hands up and saying, sorry, referee, and his most angelic choir boy face there that he could wear on a Sunday afternoon whilst playing rugby league, of course.
And still the chat. The referee's having words in the Featherstone line. Still talking to Junior Moores, and eventually we're back underway with Connor Robinson. You sense even this early that the way Rovers are playing, Halifax's race could be run unless they can find a response here.
Well,
Grix to Tangata.
This is where Halifax now have got to find that little bit of chink, haven't they? They've got to find something.
Well, he goes early with a little grubber kick through Robinson. Well read by Rovers.
I think New Brown there, wasn't it? Yeah, for Manu. And then Gareth Gale comes up with the error. And those are coach killers, George.
Yeah,
just
right
where you don't want to be. Just where you don't want to be. After all that hard work, you get the ball back. And then you cough over possession, which will allow Halifax to go right in front of the sticks, centre point on the 10-metre line, and then we'll restart with the tap.
Great opportunity for the visitors. Woodburn Hall, and then Grix, left to right and then back again, and great swarming defence from Featherstone. Halifax have lost about 10 metres there. Kevin Leroyer, great power, picks out Davis and Holton. But the Rovers men equal to that. Right in front of the sticks here. Robinson looked forward from here. He was forward.
Yeah.
And Featherstone will have the ball back in front of their own post. So another great opportunity coming to nothing for Halifax on a very, very frustrating afternoon for them.
I'm just wondering how long it's going to be before we see Tom Holmes come on.
Wellham with the drive. How do you see the balance of power, Pete, at the very top of the Betfred Championship right now?
Well, you know, you've got to.
Oh, one-on-one ball steal. Hold that thought. Here come Halifax with Tangata, and the Panthers will have it back on 30. Certainly the onus on Featherstone to hit their straps after after that two-lose game.
Definitely. I mean, you know, it's the only loss that in the league that Featherstone have had. I know that I think the score currently was Bradford 0, Toulouse 30 or something like that. You know, everything is in Toulouse's favour.
Floated pass. Halifax, can they get in the far corner? Great scrambling defence. Rovers, he's in touch, is he? Yes, he is. 5 Rovers jerseys. Look at that hunger. 38 up. Half an hour to go. Oh, he's given a high shot, has he?
Is he awarded a penalty?
He's awarded Halifax a penalty here.
Well, you've got to look at that, George, and you've got to say, well, you know, the pass from Robinson split and spread the Featherstone defence, didn't it? And that allowed the James Saltonstall to race away, but like I say, he then gets a penalty. So Halifax now have the ball and will go again, but they'll go from a deeper position.
That's another right mess from Halifax. They do regather this one, but
I was going to say, is that a bit of karma? But it's not, is it? Because Fax retain possession.
Well, they're all over the place at the moment, but they could still have a good opportunity. Leroyer runs straight at Gadwin Springer. Not sure he'll be doing that again for a while. Robinson, what can he conjure? Woodburn Hall, lovely delayed pass. Oh. That's excellent from Halifax, and they do score. Matthew Garside, it was a brilliant delayed ball, wasn't it, from Woodburn Hall. Leroyer set it up with a carry.
I think what you saw there, George, was Halifax just spread the defensive line of Featherstone, allowing for, as you rightly say, that delayed pass to to go into the hands of Garside, and it created the gap for Garside, didn't it? Because Featherstone were trying to read the play, but that delay, as you said, just created that little gap, didn't it? Because you got men forcing up, and the gap's going to come.
Yeah, that was well worked. Credit the visitors. Maybe I wrote them off too soon. 30-12, so an 18-point game, 3 converted scores, minus whatever Robinson can conjure with this left-footed conversion attempt. 2 steps and a confident strike wide of the post. Well, he should have nailed that. I'd given him it.
Yeah.
And it remains 30 points to 12.
Is that the let-off, though? You know, that's what you got to look at. You know, is that the let-off that that Featherstone needed? We've only had 10 minutes of this second half, George. You know, and it feels as if we've had a lot longer. But you know, Halifax are not going to go away, are they? They're not going to ease up, and as long as they can sniff points, they'll keep coming at you and coming at you and coming at you. One thing, like I said before, George, they will and they do like to slow the play of the ruck down, don't they? And several times they've just managed to keep Featherstone's play very, very slow.
Although it gets more and more difficult to do that, Pete, when it's you chasing the scoreboard with only, you know, with time not on your side. They do have to think twice about doing that. Leroy's made a difference, I think, since he's come on. He's a strong ball carrier.
You've certainly seen as well. You've seen Robinson actually run at the line more.
Here they go again, another half break. They're going to get themselves up to halfway here, Halifax. A little purple patch this for the Panthers. Rovers will need to be on their guard. Woodburn Hall, who's been their best player in my eyes. Knock on, was it? Has he regathered? I think he's regathered it. Referee's happy. Rovers fans aren't. I'm sure you can make that out.
Well, it did, for all intents and purposes, look like a knock on, George, but Fax still have the ball.
Leroy and Tangata and Robinson. And Wellham with the intercept. Now, can he get a bit of daylight? He wants an offload. He's got an offload. He's got support from Alex Walker. And still going is Connor Jones. That was a great break of play. Rovers could have been defending their own line. Suddenly they're 30 away, attacking down the hill to our right-hand side. 30-12 on Rovers TV. And here they come again, right in front of the sticks. 20 away, Connor Jones glances to his left, and that's where he goes. Dane Chisholm on a hat-trick. Davies, who's had an impact off the bench, as he does every week. Hall was buzzing around the ruck, asking for a ball. New Brown has pulled back to first receiver. Here he is. He's got Springer on his right shoulder. Brown half through on his own. Is that a penalty? Yes, it is. Offside. I thought it might have been a high shot. He's given offside, the referee here. Will they go for 2 here, Rovers? 18 points in it. This would take it to a 4-point game. A 4-score game, I beg your pardon. I'd take 2 here.
Yeah, I think he is taking 2.
Yeah. Anything you can do, we'll do even better, thank you very much. If you're going to take 2 when you're losing, we'll take 2 when we're 3 scores ahead.
Is that a sign of respect, George?
No, I think that's...
Or is it coach mind games of saying, well, yeah, you did it?
I think that is nothing more than professional mindset.
Yeah.
Yes, you're probably going to win this game anyway, but let's make absolutely sure, because this is the mentality you want if you're going to be playing in Super League, which we hope Rovers are.
Yeah.
This is how you need to... It's game management.
Yeah, you grind out the win, don't you?
It's game management. Yes, you're here to entertain, but first and foremost, you're here to win games. You don't want to be entertaining fans and throwing away games that you should be winning.
No.
Get the W first. So 32-12 is a 20-point lead. And I think psychologically that's just a bigger hill now for Halifax to climb.
Yeah, I think you're right there, George, that it is a bit now more of a mountain, isn't it, than a hill that Fax are facing.
27 to go, 32-12. The Rovers lead. George Riley and Pete Dutton on Rovers TV. Bathed in sunshine. Well, we're not, because we're on the gantry, but the rest of the ground is. That's all that matters. I think I'd rather be in the shade at my age, to be honest, Pete.
Yeah, definitely. Too old for all that sunbathing malarkey now, George. Here we go then.
Oh, Moore's wanted the offload, but Halifax read it, and they offload one too many as well. That's gone forward. Rovers are going to get this back. That was a forgettable passage of play. That's one of those that, if you see again, you need to tag some Benny Hill music underneath there, I think.
Definitely. It will be Featherstone's ball, and it is Halton that has the ball in hand, waiting to restart on the referee's signal.
What I love about this commentary position of all the grounds I've commentated on over the years, Pete, is it's great for people watching, isn't it?
It is, mate, it is.
You just stand up here on the gantry, you have a little look around, you see who's in the board, in the boardroom area. It's normally Gary and Kath Hetherington in there.
Yeah.
But I saw Gary at the cricket at Headingley last week. He told me he doesn't live around here anymore, he's just moved to Harrogate.
All right.
So they've moved, so they're not there. He would normally walk down the road, and him and Kath would be sat there watching Featherstone, the local club. But no, they've gone to the posh sticks in Harrogate.
Yeah, all right. We know where the money is in this game.
Yeah.
Craig Hall trying to set something up. Does.
Oh, he's kept the ball in play, but I think Halifax have got it back. It's one of them. Do you take the touch or do you risk giving the ball back? Either way, it's the same outcome, I suppose, and Halifax have got it back. 25 to go. 32-12, so a 20-point buffer, which is just about right. Rovers have been the better team here. Halifax have had the moments, but far too many stupid errors. If I was a Halifax fan, I'd be really frustrated with them. I think Rovers have shown glimpses of absolute class today, with the odd handling error themselves thrown in. I think that's probably fair. But they want to see it out, and they want to just remind Toulouse, I think, with a gesture on the scoreboard. Penalty given away by either Ferris or Davis. Didn't see who the last man in the tackle was there.
I think it was Brett Ferris that is penalised there.
Well, if it was Davis or Ferris and I was a betting man, Pete, I would probably go Ferris.
Yeah.
No disrespect, Brett. Leroyer. Tangata. Oh, he's coughed up possession on the first.
Well,
what did I just say about Halifax summed up in a couple of seconds?
That's it, mate. That's it. They've just come up with far too many errors, more than anything else, George. And it's certainly not helped their cause.
No, not at all. Can Rovers really put the foot down here?
Well, you can probably hear the applause in the background as...
that was for you, wasn't it, Pete?
John Davis there, mate, comes off. The ultimate rugby league player, as he's known at the club. He'll play anywhere, he'll do anything for the team. But it is Connor Jones that's getting Featherstone now some forward momentum before he's brought down. A quick mention to John Denton, says hi. Great commentary from Georgie Boy and Pitchside Pete. Keep it up, lads.
Cheers, John. The ball's come free.
Well, that's a two-man tackle.
Yeah, it
had to be a penalty.
Yeah, it is a penalty. Chris Wellham's having a little bit of a laugh.
You know, Barber wasn't going to get away with that one.
Yeah. A few words being exchanged out there, between the two sets of players. Tell you what, I don't want to keep going back to my Sunday League football, but the opponents, Pete, we played today were the most niggly, mouthy opponents ever, which made it all the more frustrating when they came back and beat us 4-3. I couldn't get off that pitch quick enough. Springer. Oh, look at the power. He's carried half the Halifax team 10 metres there. Junior Moores is out of commission. He's tying up his bootlaces in back play. Chisholm's on a hat-trick. Floated ball to the far side. Beautifully worked try again.
Ben Blackmore.
And Blackmore has another. Try what, 11 of the campaign, did you say?
Yeah, I think that now will be his 11th. Just let me...
you check your stat book.
Let me check, mate, let me check.
And I'll tell our listeners that it's 36-12, and I think the points are staying here at Post Office Road again this afternoon.
Yeah, that is Blackmore's 11th try then of this season. And, you know, don't forget he's been out through suspension, George. Yep. You know, he had a little bit of an injury. So I think he missed about 12, 13 weeks in total at Ben Blackmore.
So Blackmore on a hat-trick, Chisholm on a hat-trick as well. And we've still got a quarter of this game to go, 36-12.
Well, the introduction now of Holmes, and the obviously he'll replace Connor Jones. Connor Jones has done some big minutes today, as we said. Normally swapped about with Dean Parata when he's playing. And Hall.
Lovely.
And that's got to be the harder kick there, George, because the sun has got to be right in his eyes.
It's funny, isn't it, rugby league? You miss a few and then suddenly the one you expect to miss just sails through.
Certainly does at times, doesn't it? You have to shake your head. So...
Actually, I think he's, I mean, he missed, his first three, but I think he's, is he 5 of 8 now, including the penalty? Something like that.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5. 5 from 8.
5 from 8. So, having been criticised in the errant kicking early on, he's pulled it round a bit.
Well...
Short kick-off with 21 minutes to go. Almost straight into touch. It's gone forward anyway. Well, Halifax, if they're not careful here, are going to have a cricket score against them.
The referee's got to stop play here because there is a man down.
Yeah, and he's going to need to be ahead.
I think is it...
it's the guy who rose highest to try and...
Yeah, I think it's
Worthington.
Worthington.
Worthington, is it?
Yeah.
Just out of my sight, bottom left under the gantry.
I know we've given Craig Hall a bit of... no, I would say jip today, but, you know, old Imperial Leather has not been his usual silky, slidey self. But one thing that he has done, George, which you'll like this, not a lot, but you will like it. Sorry, that was Craig Hall's 100th goal for Featherstone, and it's his 87th this year, compared to the 13 that he kicked in 2020.
One thing I know I'm going to get when I come to Featherstone is stat after stat from you, Pete.
Yeah, if you can't sleep tonight, mate, if you can't sleep...
I think most people pour Radox into their hot baths. You soak in stat books, don't you?
That's it, mate.
Rip off the pages and just lie in there with them.
That's it, mate.
Very impressive.
We aim to please here on Rovers TV. Don't forget, you can get in touch with us using the official club Twitter feed. Also, don't forget you can use the official Facebook feed as well. Give us your thoughts, give us your views. You know, it is down to you guys. We've said it before. You know, we love your feedback, and we'll always try and work with anything that comes into us to ensure that we're delivering you the best coverage that we possibly can here from Featherstone Rovers, here from Rovers TV.
Yeah, absolutely right, Pete. You nailed that. This is for the audience, it's for the viewers, it's for the listeners. Without you guys, it's just two old blokes watching rugby talking nonsense, really. No one wants that. So please get on board with us. Send us a message.
We're back on.
Let's see how many points the Rovers can rack up. Well, nothing if they start like that. This could be a Halifax try, you know, it's been hacked through. It is going to be a Halifax score. It was a real mess from Rovers. It was a foot chase. It was hacked forward football style. And I think Ed Barber's running the score for Halifax. That was one to forget for the Rovers side.
Well, I think the misread there from Craig Kopchak and whoever the pass was intended to, but he didn't get there. That did allow Halifax to hack that forward, as George said, and that allowed Head Barber then to chase the kick, and Head Barber touches down. That moves the score to Featherstone 38, Halifax 16, with the kick to come. So, as we've said, George,
just
Halifax,
about hanging on, aren't they?
They're not going away, are they? They're making a fist of it to a certain extent, and the try is converted.
Yeah, they're hanging around. They're miles behind on points. If it was a boxing match, they're going to need that big knockout blow, but they're still jabbing away, Pete.
Yeah, certainly are. Certainly are. And
Yeah, it was just a misread from Kopchak. He threw it behind the runner, and there were two of them, and there was Barber, there was Leroy, who could have scored. So I think that's one that might get a bit of focus during the week in training. Make sure that mistakes like that are ironed out at the business end of the season and beyond. Where is this journey going to end? We all know where we want it to end. Here come Halifax. Will they be lifted by that score against the run of play? There is still time. 38-18. They've got to find 20 from somewhere, but it's not panic yet. Springer's got in with a swinging arm. He felt that, did Curtis Davis.
Well, there's no love
even
lost.
Even if he left a fingernail on him, you'd feel it from Gadwin Springer.
There's no love lost there, really, is there? You know what I mean? Now, the referee has pulled out Springer. He's also pulling out Brett Ferris there, as Brett Ferris takes over the captaining duties if Lockwood's not on the park. So I think the referee's just saying, look, lads, you know, we've done all right so far. Let's try and get these arms swinging, but swinging a little bit lower. Good afternoon to Kev Cretan, enjoying this one. And also Ross Blackburn as well. Nice to have you on board, Ross.
Yeah, good to hear from you, Kevin Ross. 18 and a half minutes more of this to enjoy, and then whatever else you fancy doing with your Sunday. Here come Halifax again. Yeah. Rovers, I want to keep them out here. Look where they are. They're only 15 away. Leroy on the left shoulder, bulldozing his way towards the post in those yellow boots. Davis to Woodburn Hall, to Griggs. They're looking dangerous here. Halifax intercept. Now then,
can Gareth Gale go all the way?
Has Gale got the toes?
This is what I've been wanting to see. Go on, Gareth Gale.
Gareth Gale.
Yes.
GG goes the length. Halifax thought they were going to score. Rover said, no, you're not. Have a look at this and catch me if you can.
It's fantastic stuff from Gareth Gale. And we've said this before, George, you know, if you're going to go behind and you're going to concede, there's no better way to hit back. And they hit back there from broken play and allowed Gareth Gale. Now, you know, he has been ripping it up in all competitions so far. He was at the top of the league with, you know, with 20 odd tries. That now goes out to 22 tries this season, so that will keep him in second place behind Craig Hall. But again, well done, Gareth Gale. And I've been saying all season about if he gets a clear break, will he be able to go? And he's just shown there he can go. He has got some pace.
Oh, I was impressed by the toes there. Wasn't going to be caught.
And
it's like watching Usain Bolt at Soccer Aid last night.
Well, getting fouled all the time.
I went to that game, by the way.
Were you there, mate?
I don't want to name drop, but I was sat right behind David Beckham.
Wow.
I'll show you the pictures. It was ridiculous. A friend of mine was on one of the coaching teams, Judy Murray, Andy Murray's mum.
Yeah.
Said, do you fancy coming down? I said, I'd rather play. And she's like, you're not playing. Yeah. So she got me and my girlfriend tickets, and we sat down right behind David Beckham. It was ridiculous. It was we were talking about people spotting up on the gantry here at Featherstone. That was a whole different level of people spotting last night.
Amazing, mate. Yeah. Amazing. Well, I was set for the boxing in Leeds last night, and
oh, that was a disappointment, wasn't it?
Yes, mate. Yeah. I don't even want to go there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again.
Technical stoppage, wasn't it, Josh Lawrenson?
After two rounds.
After all that hype.
Yeah. After 2 rounds. So.
And all the preparation that got in with him as well.
Yeah.
How gutting.
So Mr. Hearn's going to make some more money.
Yeah. Almost like they wanted it that way. 44-18 is the Rovers lead. Every time Halifax say we're still here, Rovers flex their muscles and say, yep, so are we. High hanging kick, good claim from Halifax. Saltonstall took the ball. And we have got a quarter of an hour to go.
Well, I'm just checking as well, George, and Gareth Gale, that's his second try this afternoon. So that puts him now level with Craig Hall on 23 tries apiece.
And
for
3
the
players
season.
on a hat-trick today. Blackmore, Gale and Chisholm. Here come Halifax. Great little
they moved
offload.
that ball
Woodman
well.
Hall, can he go on his own? He's got one. Oh, what a step. What a try. James Woodburn Hall. Credit Halifax. That was lovely from their best player. And they're still there. 44-22 with a kick to come.
Has Alex Walker done some damage to his knee there, though, George? You know, he did step into that, and he did seem to mistime the tackle a little bit, and he's gone down. He's although he is up.
I think he's all right. He's just been assessed right by the where the kicking tee's been placed, actually, by Scott Griggs. He's going to try and walk it off. No need to take any chances, I would suggest. Still 14 to go. It's going to be Griggs to try and tag on the 2. Oh, he's missed another.
Well, he's done exactly what
Off the
Craig
upright.
Hall did, didn't he, in the first half, at the same end, at the same upright.
So 44 points to 22. There you go, Pete. That's where I was sat last night.
Wow.
There's Mr. Beckham on the right.
Fantastic.
Close enough to almost hear his conversation.
To smell him.
Yeah, he's one of those men you know smell really good as well.
Yeah. I always look at him and Thierry Henry and think, you two will smell sweet. Not in any not in any other way, mate. But men's men.
Yeah. 13 and a half then. 44-22. Can Rovers find? Oh, it's gone to ground, but it's gone backwards. Oh, Halifax men falling all over the place.
Let's get in there then. Let's get some tackling done.
Like
Let's keep them here now.
They'll want the 50 here, Rovers. I'm sure there's 3 men out there wouldn't mind a hat-trick as well.
Without a shadow of a doubt, George, there's 3 men there, but definitely would want that.
There's plenty of time. Halifax have possession, but they're camped in their own territory, 20 or so away from their line, but it's Halifax enjoying a good period of play. They're going to break away again here. Good scrambling defence. Brett Ferris, he's got it away. He's going to be in touch though on the far side. Yeah, great defence. Great defence, Rovers. There was danger there, but even after 67 minutes, there's still something in the Rovers tank.
I think Chisholm was in there, wasn't he? Certainly helping out to mop up the back line. It will be Featherstone that get the ball. There was a little bit of afters with Ferris, and we now see a change as Frankie Halton comes off the field.
Yeah, Davies back on for his final stint.
12 minutes left.
Halifax have got an injury as well. One of their players hobbling off beneath us.
Yeah. So Robinson is going on, and it's Greg Worthington.
Worthington, yeah.
Yeah.
He was the man receiving treatment. I think that's a different injury because he was hobbling. I think the first one was kind of head, neck from the landing. Anyway, either way, he's not coming back, I don't think.
Yeah. Callum Field is out there as well.
Oh, ref doesn't like that. Penalty, Rovers.
Yeah.
A little bit too much interest in the tackle from Halifax. And Dane Chisholm will just hammer into the stand of the Millennium Stadium on the far side. And in bright sunshine, Kopchak will have a go. Centre field, 30 metres or so from the Halifax posts. Can Rovers find another way through and edge towards the half century, and just glance sideways at Toulouse and say, yeah, we're not going anywhere, guys. Chisholm. Moores with the power. 5 metres away, but deep in the right corner. They come back in field. Chisholm to Davis, who's back on. Floated ball from Davis. I don't think Ferris wanted that. He did well to get the ball away.
He left Tom Holmes there down a cul-de-sac though, didn't he?
Yeah, Holmes did well actually to
nowhere to go.
Keep the ball alive. They're going to run it down the thin side, left-hand side. Last tackle this, so Well, Davies is coming back to first receiver. He's got Hall as well. And then Chisholm steps away. Well, that was a bit of a nothing kick, really.
Yeah.
And Halifax will.
Well, you've got it. You can't let him get there. You know, he's like a bit of a hot knife there going through butter, wasn't he? And if Fallon Field hadn't got on out of him, he'd again brought the line again with Woodburn Hall.
Yeah, it doesn't really deserve to be on the losing team, I don't think, Woodburn Hall today.
He's playing well.
Oh, that's a huge shot.
It is. Fantastic there. And who's there? Mr. Rugby League himself, John Davis.
Have some of that.
Welcome to Featherstone.
That was a big, big shot. Big impact. Halifax, though, playing to the end here. They know they're getting back on that M62 with a defeat, but they're going to play to the very end. Ferris is going to try and field this grubber kick. Has he picked that up cleanly? Is it a knock on? He's all right.
Well, he's actually looking at the player who came in there.
Yeah, he's
Daniel Murray, wasn't he, who came in with the knees, and he's
a few words with Tangata as well. He's having a word. He's telling the referee that I got a few fingers in my face there. There were limbs, bits of limbs flying everywhere. Wellham. Another carry up the middle to give the forwards a breather. Clever player. He's seen that Ferris had been involved in a couple of previous chases, and he said, well, have a breather. Holmes. That's a high.
Oh,
refs let that go.
Come on, that is high. That is so high.
Holmes is saying, how on earth have you let that one go, referee?
Well, Blackmore will run at him. He'll beat one off.
And he's shrugged a couple of tacklers away, and they're still going.
Oh, come on, Featherstone. We know it. Can't switch off now.
It's a standing start. Wellham takes it from Thane Chisholm. Little handoff. They're going to have to regroup here. It's the last tackle. 30 away on this right touchline. It's been a disjointed set. Does he know? He wants someone on his shoulder.
Oh, nobody there.
Did he know it was the last tackle? Did Rovers know it was the last?
I think he did know it was the last tackle, and there was nobody there. And he's looking round. He's a bit furious there.
Barking at his mate, saying, look, I'm going to take this carry, but you've got to come with me. It's got a bit messy, hasn't it, last 5 minutes or so?
It certainly has.
8.5 to go, 44-22. Rovers are going to win this one.
A couple of quick score updates in the other games, George. Batley 12, Whitehaven 12, Bradford 6, Toulouse 50.
Wow.
44-22 here, as we said. Swinton 32, London 34.
Wow. Penalty Halifax, by the way. That's another big score for Toulouse. Bradford would have fancied that today, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they certainly would. And Widnes 62, Oldham 4.
Wow, that's quite a turnaround in scores from Widnes over the last couple of weeks.
You think the team bus has made it to Oldham Park? He's found his way there with Widnes players on.
8 minutes to go. Halifax possession.
Well, 44-22. Halifax still trying to make something of it as they zip the ball about. Still looking quite lively. Featherstone's defence can't switch off here. It's not going to allow Halifax any inshore movement.
This is good from Halifax. Brilliant tackle. Holmes took him in thin air, really. But they're still towards the line. They're going to get the tackle count wiped clean as well. Real danger for Rovers. Right on the line with a full set to go. Grix, he's the dummy half. Back to Robinson. Thought about a kick early, then realised he doesn't need to. And he gets wrapped up.
Well, you're not going to dance around Craig Kopchak. I'm sorry, for all your skill and your youth. But, Coppy's been there. He knows the score. He's just going to wrap you up, isn't he, like a big teddy bear.
Robinson. Great quick hands from Halifax. Oh, a little grubber kick through as well. This could be a brilliant try. Has he got there? I think he's just short.
Oh.
That would have been a wonderful try. Just short of the line. Over on the right side. Through. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Tried to do a little magical no-look shuffle between his legs. Did the guy at marker, and his teammates had just left him, and it's got into touch.
Well, I think Alex Walker's to be applauded there for, keeping out the try. But rightly, as you say, the ball just went dead, and Featherstone will start again now. What do we think of the referee, George. Like I say, first time he's had Featherstone. This is his 11th game.
Well, I think I've had my quota of criticising referees this morning on the Sunday League football pitch, so I'm certainly not going to carry it on here.
No, I think he's done all right.
I think he's done well. I think it's actually been quite a hard game to referee, Pete, because there's been a lot of stoppages, a lot of handling errors, quite a few high shots, a lot of players, from what I can see, talking out there, and it hasn't boiled over, so I think credit the official for that.
Holmes is wrapped up on the 40-metre line then. Featherstone still trying to find an opening here within this Halifax line as the ball is moved around. Craig Hall floats a large pass out there to Ferris. Ferris rolling back the ears there with a dummy in the sidestep. Is eventually brought down inside the Halifax half. And
Lockwood's back on for the final 5.5 minutes. Can Rovers find one more? New Brown goes high with the left boot into the sunshine. Could be a dangerous one. Good take. Really good take. 5 to go. 44-22. You can probably hear the on the announcement. If you want to get involved with the man of the match vote, get on your Twitter. Go to Featherstone Rovers, you can do it via there. Who would you be picking, Pete?
Oh, it's
knock on, Halifax. On their own 40. So Featherstone will get a full set.
It's a bit of an hard one today, mate. I've got to be honest with you. I've been impressed with Gareth Gale. I've been impressed with Ben Blackmore. I think Connor Jones put in a very, very good stint in the time that he was on. It's a bit of a toughie one, mate. I don't think there's anybody that kind of like being head and shoulders. They've all been at a very, very good competitive level today. And that's me sitting on the on the fence, George.
I think for me, as the newcomer and relative neutral on Rovers TV, I would probably give it Gale, just maybe for the length of the field try.
Yeah.
And an excellent performance all round. We could still have a hat-trick for one of 3 players here, and it'd be hard to have a player getting a hat-trick and not give it him, I don't think. Let's see. Brown just slows it down. Lockwood takes the tackle, wanted the offload, but thinks better of it. Holmes was there, right in front of the post, Rovers. Attacking from left to right down the hill. Chisholm. It's come up and gone to ground. Has that gone forward? It's play on. It's going to be a try. Everyone froze in the Halifax defence. And Brett Ferris takes full advantage, and it's 48-22 with a kick to come, and it could be the half century again for Rovers this afternoon.
Well, Brett Ferris then rolling back the ears, grabbing tries, and he didn't have to leap high, but he still had to put a little bit of a leap on it. But well done, Brett Ferris there. And Craig Hall will get ready to take the kick. Is this going to be 50 up, George?
This for the half century, the right boot of Craig Hall. The fans will tell us by their silence that he's missed it. So 2.5 minutes. They're going to need another if they want that 50. 48-22. Another big scoring Sunday afternoon at Post Office Road. And look at the body language. None of the Halifax players want to get up to halfway and get kicked off. They just want to get in the bar now, I think.
That's it, mate. They've realised that it's all over, isn't it? By the
2.5 minutes to go.
Whistle, yeah. And John Davis there, just running at the Halifax defence. Halifax numbering up in defence, bringing John Davis down. He'll get up and slowly play the ball. Gareth Gale. Will Gareth Gale try and break the gap, and will he go? 4 players there to bring Gareth Gale down. On the second tackle then, Wellham. He'll pinch yards from around the ruck.
And get a penalty for his side. High shot. Well, there were 3 men in the tackle. Not sure who the high shot came from. Was it Davis? Was it Murray? Either way, it was tired. It was a very tired tackle.
Take your pick there, couldn't you?
Might even have been Colcott, Will Colcott.
Yeah.
So this is the chance with 90 seconds to go. It's the pink boots of Chisholm. Hoofs into touch just underneath the gantry of this near side. Where are they going to start? They're going to start on 30. Chisholm, flat ball, Wellham's away. Here goes Wellham towards the line. He's going to be short. He's going to be 5 metres short. 3,000 over 3,000 here this afternoon. Enjoying this one. Here's the cherry on the cake. Can Rovers finish with a flourish? New Brown, Holmes, Ferris, hungry for another. Floated ball a little bit high. Good take in the end. Dances back in field, still going. Hand off. Holmes once again goes back to where Rovers have just come from on the left. And then goes to ground. Inside the 10-metre line to the left of the post with 51 seconds remaining on the match clock. New Brown pops it up to Lockwood. Still going, sideways drive from James Lockwood. Right in front of the sticks. Little glance to the left, that's where they go, and that's where New Brown's gone. Dancing step, 2 dancing steps. Brilliant try. 50 up for Rovers, and the dancing toes of New Brown cap off another brilliant Featherstone win.
Well, that's definitely it now. I think the opera singer's come out and he's blasting out her notes. It's hand pumps all round the Featherstone substitute bench below us. 1 or 2 of the players know that that is going to be game, set and match. As the hooter goes in the background.
(52-22) with this to come from bang in front.
Well,
no mistake at all, and a big statement of intent from Featherstone this afternoon. Second versus third, and 54-22 is the Rovers' margin of victory.
Yeah, it's been a great contest, George. It's been one that, you know, I don't think you can ever say that either team was going to be, well, at one point we did think that that Featherstone could, at the start of that second half, really overrun Halifax. But fair play to Halifax, have stuck at a task. They had a test, you know, and they were tested and they have been asked questions of, but they've managed to stay there. And, you know, to still put 22 points on Featherstone is a good shout as well, mate.
So 54 points to 22. Rovers win. And it's London next, isn't it, I think?
Yes, as far as I know, it is London next. So a trip to the capital.
Trip down south.
That was one of the it was one of the last games we did before COVID struck hold of the country, and it was a victory that we did get down there. Let's hope the boys can go down there again, George, and repeat what they did the last time in the capital.
Some brilliant tries from Featherstone this afternoon.
Oh,
wasn't the most complete performance I've seen from a Rovers side, but just looking back at some of the scores, some terrific.
I think we've seen some great tries. You know, the try of Ben Blackmore's. You know, as we said, you know,
wonderful.
that was certainly, that's got to be a candidate for you know, try of the week. If you're tuned in somewhere, Mr. Woods, I hope you've got your camera out ready for this one. But it's great to see the fans have stayed behind on the sun-drenched terraces here and the Millennium Stadium stand. Also players going across, just waving and showing their appreciation for the support today. Over 3,000 in here at the Millennium Stadium. So the crowds are back, rugby league is back, It's been a fantastic game. I've really enjoyed it, being alongside George again, and we hope that you have too. What more can we say, George?
Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed our coverage as much as we have enjoyed bringing it to you. It's a proper rugby league afternoon, this. Over 3,000 here, as Pete says. Bright sunshine and a big, big home win. Halifax kept going. They tried to make a contest of it, but Featherstone far too strong. The Rovers ultimately running riot with some superb scores and rattling up the half century late on with that little jinking, mazy run from New Brown. That's as far as we go.
Don't forget, George, the fans, supporters, etc. You will be able to tune in across all social media platforms at some point to get James Webster's thoughts on this one, and also a couple of player reactions that we'll put out again through our various media channels, etc. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy your rugby league. We do.